with the city manager, the mayor, as well as the city attorney and the chief of police of Bellaire. And on this meeting, we expressed our concerns about what happened to the Tobin family and also discrimination against other citizens in the Bellaire community that we have received. And so we have been very, very upset about what happened during those times that affected persons' lives in Bellaire. And I would like to have Dr. D.C. Cofield to express what we discussed in that meeting, and I also want to give a little applause for the mayor and the council for immediately responding to some of our requests that we made during this meeting that we had with them. So at this time, I will let Dr. D.C. Cofield go into some of the particulars that we did discuss with them and some of the solutions that we as the branch is going to take up. Thank you.
One of our concerns is that whenever a complaint is filed against the police, there are really two major concerns. One is how many people have been wrongly treated by police officers, or at least feel that way, and because of the intimidation factor, do not feel comfortable filing complaints. As we discussed with the mayor, the city manager, the chief of police, and the city attorney in depth, while this perception is prevalent about the Bellaire Police Department, they point to the record and say they have a minimal number of complaints. And as I expressed to the police chief, we have some people who have come forward and indicated that they have gone in to speak to police officers and have been so grilled and so questioned that they were literally intimidated into not filing formal complaints. The other issue with that is that once those complaints are filed, the only investigation of those complaints takes place internally. And while we believe that there is a value to an internal investigation, we also believe that it is necessary to look at those issues from an external perspective. And one of the things I expressed to the police chief is, as an educator, I quickly learned that you do not allow students to grade their own papers, because inevitably they will grade themselves much higher than they deserve. And so one of the things that we are announcing as an action step coming out of this is the reestablishment of the Police Complaint Center here at the NAACP. And what we are calling for to help the Bellaire Police Department better themselves, which was a desire that was expressed by the mayor and was expressed by the chief of police and the city manager, to help Bellaire become the best city it can be. But not only for Bellaire, the entire Harris County region. What we are asking citizens to do is, if they have formal complaints that they would like to file, but for whatever reason feel intimidated going into a police station or a substation, they can file their complaints here with the NAACP. And one of the commitments that we want to make to the citizens of Harris County is that once those complaints are filed, we will contact the correct and necessary authorities, and then we will walk with them through that process. The other issue that we want to do is, when complaints reach a magnitude that we deem it's necessary to bring in outside sources, we want to call for our district attorney to investigate these allegations, as well as call on our state and national officials to support the request that we will make even to the Department of Justice to come in and investigate these wrongdoings, or at least alleged wrongdoings. And we think this is really important for the citizens of Houston to understand that the NAACP is here, not just for African Americans, but for all people who have been wronged. When you look at the statistics that Bellaire has produced, while 17% of their stops, for example, of Hispanics result in them being searched, 66% of the people who are arrested are of Hispanic origin. That's unacceptable, and we want to look at that. And so we're calling for all citizens of Houston, does not matter what your ethnicity is, If you have a complaint and you have felt intimidated in making that complaint, you do not feel like your complaint has been looked at adequately, we're asking you to call the NAACP and register that complaint with our Police Complaint Center. And I want to turn this over now to our Executive Director, Yolanda Smith, to give you numbers and information on how to file that with our Police Complaint Center. Thank you.
Good morning, and thank you all for being here. As our President and our First Vice President stated a minute ago, Bellaire has the perception that they are a racist community. And for the city to be as small as it is, that's not something that we want in our Houston, Harris County, and vicinity area. We talked about during the meeting, as our two presidents stated, that there is the perception that for African Americans and Hispanics, that that's not the place that you want to go into. That Bellaire is a place that you don't want to visit, you don't have to, because for whatever reason, there are road cops, there are individuals that have it out for. At least again, this is the perception that we are hearing, that we receive as complaints at the NAACP, that this is a place that you don't want to go into because the police target African Americans and the police target Hispanics. So again, as Dr. Cofield mentioned, the NAACP's Police Complaint Center has been in existence for over 10 years. In fact, the Houston NAACP is the only NAACP across the country that still has a Police Complaint Center in existence. And so our assistance to the Bellaire Police Center was graciously accepted. This is a partnership that the NAACP has had with the City of Houston Police, starting back under Chief Bradford's leadership. And we're very proud that Bellaire Police has accepted our offer that we extended to them to assist them in allowing citizens of Bellaire and outside citizens to come in and complain against any type of irregularities or any type of discrimination or intimidation that they feel. So our Police Complaint Center is located here at our NAACP office. Individuals can contact the NAACP branch at 713-526-3389. I'll repeat the phone number again. It's 713-526-3389.